Welcome to World History with Mrs. HT. Today we are going to be talking about American colonies. So, aside from Europeans making a presence in Asia, they were making a presence in every aspect of the world during the age of global convergence. I can describe European influence in the Americas. Here are your assignment instructions. As you watch this video, complete the handout called American Colonies. It's a graphic organizer and questions. There's also a map. After the video is over, complete the map and color where each group of Europeans primarily landed in North America. Fold the booklet in half and paste it into this page of your notebook for credit. Here are the materials you need. Okay, so some background. European colonies grew in North America, South America, and Central America. The Spanish-controlled land all the way from present-day U.S. to southern South America. One part of South America wasn't under Spanish rule, though, and that was Brazil, which was claimed by the Portuguese explorer Pedro Álvares Cabral, and Portuguese is spoken there today. The encomienda system and viceroys. The Spanish relied on enslaved Africans to work for them, and they used an encomienda system that gave them royal permission to force Native Americans to work. Native Americans were supposed to receive food and other care in return, but were treated poorly. Much of the population died of disease. The Spanish thought there was more gold than there really was, and often punished the natives for not finding gold in the mines. The Roman Catholic Church tried to convert Native Americans to Christianity. The Catholic Church controlled Spain's colonies, along with viceroys, who were in charge of viceroyalities. The clergy acted as a local government. They forced Native Americans to follow Spanish ways and beliefs, though sometimes they allowed for a blending of Native American and Spanish culture. A viceroy is a person who rules a section of land called a viceroyalty in name of a king or a queen. Now we're going to talk about British and Dutch settlements. The first permanent British settlement in what was to become the United States was Jamestown. It was settled in 1607 in Virginia. Jamestown flourished once Captain John Smith developed relations with the Native Americans, who taught the settlers how to grow maize and helped them cultivate tobacco. Another British settlement was Plymouth, started in 1620 by the Pilgrims. They were called Pilgrims because of their journey or pilgrimage to seek religious freedom. The Dutch established a colony. A colony is a settlement of people living in a new territory that is controlled by its parent nation. The Dutch established a colony named New Netherland in 1624, and then the city of New Amsterdam, along with colonies in the Caribbean. The British took over New Netherland in 1664 and renamed it New York. Numerous English colonies sprang up on the east coast of North America. These colonies expanded and pushed the Native American population westward. As before, Europeans brought diseases that ravaged the native populations. French settlements. In 1608, Samuel de Champlain established a French settlement in what is today the Canadian province of Quebec. The French traded fur with the help of Native Americans and eventually claimed land from the Great Lakes to Louisiana. The French colonies were only thinly populated, unlike the British North American colonies, which were home to over 1 million people by 1750. The 7 Years' War. The French and the English had become the major colonizers of North America. In 1756, they fought over the land in the French and Indian War, also known as the 7 Years' War. Both the French and the English wanted to control the fur trade and waterways of the Gulf of St. Lawrence and the Ohio River Valley. French trade activity was preventing the British from expanding. The Europeans and their Native American trading partners joined together to fight their common enemy. The French learned guerrilla warfare, which is using small raids to disrupt army supply lines and engage in surprise attacks when the terrain is to their advantage, from the Huron tribe, And the Iroquois helped the English because of their hatred for the French explorers like Samuel de Champlain, who had slaughtered many Iroquois chiefs. George Washington fought for the English in the French and Indian War, but learned the French could be beat using guerrilla tactics. The English colonists also had help from Britain's Prime Minister, William Pitt the Elder, who heavily funded the British Navy for the war. The French were eventually defeated. Under the terms of the Treaty of Paris, the French surrendered control of Canada and the lands east of the Mississippi River to England. Fun fact: the Iroquois had a strong system of government, built some of the best canoes in the world, lived in log houses, and were excellent traders. Once you have completely answered the questions on your booklet and completed the graphic organizer and completed the map, you have completed this lesson. Make sure all your required handouts are pasted into your notebook.